Ingmar Bergman called Ingrid Thulin one of the great movie actresses of our time. Thulin said Bergman turned to her for psychological or difficult roles, and in the films she made with him, there were 10, including 3 TV movies, she went unblinkingly into the darkest spaces of the human psyche. Ingrid Thulin trained as a ballerina before studying at the Royal Dramatic Theatre in Stockholm. She could have had a perfectly good and perfectly forgettable career playing haughty, beautiful blondes. Similar to Gena Rowlands, unleashed in the films she made with John Cassavetes, Thulin had a deeper well to draw on than most actresses, and Bergman saw that. In a 1964 interview, Thulin said, "My real career began when I went to work for Ingmar." She is at times eerily contained in her Bergman roles. You can see this in her first performance for him as Dr. Borg's daughter-in-law Marianne in Wild Strawberries from 1957.
Vad har du emot mig egentligen?
Ska jag svara dig uppriktigt?
Jag frågar dig.
Du är en gammal egoist, farbror Isak. Du är fullkomligt hänsynslös. Du har aldrig lyssnat till någon annan än dig själv.
Her quiet intensity is in stark relief to Bibi Andersson's teenage joy. When Marianne says repeatedly, "I'm not interested in dreams," in this film about dreams, she's so matter-of-fact you're afraid to disbelieve her.
Jag skulle ha stor lust att berätta en dröm som jag hade i morse.
Jag är inte så intresserad av drömmar.
Nej, naturligtvis inte.
In Brink of Life, the following year, Thulin played Cecilia, a woman haunted by the fear that losing her baby is a punishment. She plays the entire thing on her back in a bed, weak, racked by nausea, showing early on how uninterested she was in her own beauty.
Jag har spolat bort det som skulle ha blivit mitt barn. Det var rätt ord, men jag var inte stark nog. Jag älskade inte tillräckligt.
Bergman loved contrasts, and Thulin was often used in opposition to others. In Brink of Life, Wild Strawberries, Cries and Whispers, and After the Rehearsal, Thulin was placed opposite younger, more vivacious characters who projected hope and possibility, while her characters remained tormented and trapped. As Manda, the magician's assistant who dresses as a man in the 1958 film The Magician, she wears her tuxedo with cool arrogance. The Minister of Health responds to her destabilizing sexual presence with, "You represent what I despise most of all, the inexplicable." Bibi Andersson plays the giggly, girlish maid who could not be more different from Thulin's intimidating androgyny. Even with her immense emotionality, Thulin carries a sense of mystery. Like most great stars, she has a push-pull relationship to the camera. Her eyes are so deep and dark, they beckon you into her experience. 1963 brought 2 extraordinary collaborations. In the first, Winter Light, she plays Marta, a schoolteacher in love with the pastor. Thulin is frumpy and plain, hidden under glasses and a big coat. Her hands are among the most expressive in all of cinema, restless and grasping.
Gud, varför har du skapat mig evigt missnöjd, rädd och så bitter? Varför måste jag förstå min bedrövelse? Varför måste jag lida som i helvetet av min likgiltighet?
Marta isn't just hurt by her lover's rejection. She experiences it as a banishment from the human family, an obliteration of hope. Her agony, when it finally erupts, is a tsunami of emotion.
Du kan inte. Du får inte stöta bort mig. Det är obegripligt att du kan vara så blind.
Snälla Marta, bli inte hysterisk.
Det säger du alltid när du ser mig gråta.
In the silence, playing a dying woman, incestuously drawn to her sister, Thulin portrays both the mask of a beautiful woman and the howling abyss underneath. When Esther says, "I'm known as a level-headed person," it's almost funny, considering the evidence. Thulin is both chilly Hitchcock blonde and ravaged bawd. She starts the film with upswept hair, like Kim Novak in Vertigo, but over the course of the film, she disintegrates. Left alone in the hotel room, she wanders around, lighting one cigarette off another, swigging drinks, masturbating in the bed. Perhaps only Bergman perceived Thulin's vast range. She is a put-together intellectual and boozy feral in the same role.
Nu ska du få höra vad en psykiater sa till mig en gång. Så här sa han, du är inte en fast materia, du är rörelse, du flyttar in i andra, de flyttar ut i dig. Ingenting är beständigt, ju förr du lär dig det, ju förr blir du av med din neuros.
In The Right, a 1969 television movie, Thulin plays an actress with black hair and a blunt Louise Brooks cut. She is fierce, intelligent, and rare for her, funny. In one scene, she sits in a dressing room, sobbing hysterically, all while removing her clown makeup. Her wails of terror about the upcoming interrogation, combined with the enormous clown smile painted around her mouth, is a vision of absurd show business meeting cold reality. She gives another major performance in Cries and Whispers, playing Karin, the sister Bergman described as the strongest one. Thulin's silhouette with wide shoulders and erect posture is pure Joan Crawford. Like the stars of the studio era, Thulin tells the story not just with her face, but with her full body and her hands.
Min man säger att jag är så klumpig. Han har rätt. Jag är fumlig. Jag har för stora händer, förstår du. De lyner mig inte.
In contrast to Liv Ullmann's romantically tousled pompadour, Thulin's hair is sculpted like a helmet. Her hair is a warning. This woman is literally impenetrable. After the extremely disturbing scene where she cuts herself between her legs and then rubs the blood around her mouth, creating a sickening smile, it's hard to imagine Ingrid coming back from this. Thulin worked with Bergman a final time in 1984 in the TV movie After the Rehearsal, playing Raquel, an aging alcoholic actress whose star has fallen.
Varför tvingar du mig att spela en roll med bara 2 repliker? Kan du svara på det? Kan du ge mig ett enda rimligt skäl, utom att det roar dig och förödmjuka mig för kamraterna?
Vill du veta sanningen?
Oh ja. Jag har alltid varit intresserad av dina undanflykter.
She has the same Louise Brooks haircut as in The Right, only now it's a steely gray. Desperate, she asks the director with whom she did her best work, "Do you think that my instrument is destroyed forever?" When you look at her tragic eyes gleaming out of her face, you know that nothing could destroy that fluid, brilliant instrument.
Det är bara prat förresten. Jag vill inte alls det. Jag är rädd för döden. Jag kan inte tänka mig att jag skulle göra mig illa på allvar.
In Wild Strawberries, Thulin's character echoes Bergman's own obsessions when she says, "All along the line, there's nothing but cold and death and loneliness." This is Ingrid Thulin's natural terrain. She strides across it fearlessly.